Well, hello there. Nice. Star Wars reference, I like that. Oh, do you know what? Right, so let me just borrow this a second. So this is our guide. We'll start properly in a second, but we have to do that thing where we keep checking whether it's gone live or not, don't we? So
put Bing Bong in the chat if you can hear us.
Put Bing Bong in the chat. How do you do that?
By going into the chat and type in Bing Bong.
Don't understand what you're on about. I can't see if this is live at the moment. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Let's have a look. It still says upcoming on my check. Here we go. Right, so I think we're live. I'm going to wait 2 seconds. I know Hugh always does this, just for those of you who are here already. Hugh always does this stuff. I don't usually do this stuff. I just press the buttons. But this week, because of where we're at and what we're doing, we thought we'd start the show.
Oh, it's on!
Yeah, there we go. We're live. Can we hear it? This is the thing he does. Oh yeah, it's really echoey, so I apologise for that, but this is the one time I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to move that up a bit because you don't see the bottom of our bodies, do we? So, let's just move it up a little bit. Hey, that should do it. Okay, right, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey there, hi there, ho there, peoples, and welcome to another DLP Show. How are you doing? It's just us today. It's me, Chris, and it's you. You've forgotten your name? Lucas, it's Lucas, yeah. It's going to be one of those shows today, I'm afraid. We've got no Hugh and Lucy. They're on the way back from London at the moment. I haven't set up all the grand, fantastic stuff that I normally do because we've had a very busy day as well, haven't we? We've been in York, so we wanted to come and do something. In terms of news, we don't have any. Do you know what's going on at DLP at the moment?
It's warm.
It is warm. What else? Anything else that you know about DLP at the moment?
Well, in Paris there's the Olympics.
Yeah, there are the Olympics. So, and apparently, the word on the street is that DLP is suffering quite a bit from people not attending because they've been staying away because of the Olympics, and then it's ended up being quiet. So, quite a few people we've heard are actually finding it's really, really quite nice there at the moment.
Can we go? Because there'll be no queues.
Yeah, I'd love that, but no, we can't. That would be good, wouldn't it? This time next year, though, hopefully we can go.
No, I don't want to ride Hyperspace Mountain.
Yeah, Lucas has shaken hands with his mummy that next time we go, we'll do Hyperspace Mountain, and now he's decided he wants to go to Disney again because he's going to have to do Hyperspace Mountain. Yeah. So, Lucas, what are we going to do? You don't know, do you?
No.
Are you going to talk at all? Is it just me? You're going to have to speak up as well.
Okay! Hello, everybody.
Is that it? You don't know? Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a look at who's in the chat, shall we? So, here we go. First off from Gareth Pierce Theme Parks. Hi all, first today. Already got another trip planned. Can't wait. That's good. We've got a trip report from Gareth as well, so we'll probably read that out in a little while.
Okay.
Mel Mycroft then next in the chat. Hi everybody, 2 weeks today, and I'll be tuning in from Disney Village. Can't wait. And Mel has sent us through some new granny squares for the blanket thing that Lucy's making. In fact, we've had a massive delivery of those over the last few days, which is fantastic. We're a little bit overwhelmed with how many. I think I counted up, there were 32 plus another 12, I think, on top of that have just come through in the last week. If you still have granny squares to deliver to us, we need to do it sooner rather than later because the plan is to get this all stitched together and ready to go pretty soon. I believe that Lucy's going to do a video this week just to do a final appeal to you guys. If you want to do a granny square for the blanket, then please get on and do it. Let us know, or if you've got something to finish off and send, get them sent so that we can get these done. The plan is to get the auction, so to speak, going when we get into September, so that when we get to our charity show that we're planning on doing at the end of September, it'll be there and we're able to give it to a lucky winner at some point, which is quite exciting. So that's Mel. Joey's next in the chat. Now Joey sends us questions every week as well.
Yay.
So are you ready for this? This is Joey. So Joey says, hey everyone, can't wait for the Bro Show. Here we are. Question for you all this week is, if you had to live with one of the Disney or Pixar pets for life, which one would you pick?
Well, not Ollie would pick Stitch.
Ollie would pick Stitch, without doubt, 100%. Ollie does like some of the other variants, doesn't he, as well? Mm. So he might pick, does he like Leroy? What's the sandwich one? Like, what's that one called? Oh, someone tell me what it's called. It's a type of sandwich, isn't it?
Yeah, he's the one that
Pastrami on rye, is that his name?
Reuben!
Reuben, there we go, he's called Reuben, perfect, yeah. Reuben's quite cool, he's very chatty though, isn't he?
And he likes making sandwiches.
He does like making sandwiches. For me, I would say Pegasus because he's just a lot of fun, isn't he? And they headbutt each other and stuff like that, but it's kind of cool. I would say Pegasus, but Pegasus when he was a baby, not when he grows up. That'd be my choice. John Parker. Oh, go on, sorry.
I would pick.
That's a really good answer. Right. So for those of you later on who might be listening to this as a podcast, that silence then was the cogs in Lucas's head going round and round and round and round. So John Parker says, hey, evening everyone. Hugh Rain's in the chat, some guy called Hugh Rain, just on our way back from the huge theme park that is London. My favourite land was Waterloo Station Land. Well, that's where you can go to platform 9 3/4, but it isn't actually in a platform. So that's quite nice. Paul Buchanan's in the chat, just booked Florida, August 2025. Cannot wait. Sugar Sweet Samantha is here as well. Hello, everyone.
That's a hard name to say.
I know. Kelfie 23, hi all. Jenno B, hi hi. Hi hi. Kelfie also says, who have you booked with, Paul? I'm also looking to go late August 2025. Who have you booked with? David Wilson says, hi all. Hi, David. I don't think I've seen you in the chat for quite a while. Lisa says, evening, 70 days to go now. 70 days, can you imagine? How many days does it say till we're going to go? We've just gone to look at the chart bomb. He's gone.
370 sleeps until we go to Disney.
370 sleeps until we go to Disney. That isn't strictly true. That's because we booked for Halloween and I wrote it in then, a year ago. But now, as many of you already know, we're planning on going in the summer next year instead. So it will actually be about 370 days, potentially. We're also thinking...
Do I have to go on Hyperspace Mountain?
No, we've already said if you don't want to go on it, don't go on it.
Come on!
Go it yourself. Right, so he's just gone and run off and slid on the floor, which is one of the reasons I don't like doing shows with Lucas. Yeah, it will be about 370 days probably, and at the moment, we heard a rumour that the Germany and French schools go back the week before we do generally, so we're thinking of booking late August or early September, whatever it might be, that last week, so that hopefully it's a little bit quieter. But then, you know, maybe maybe next year will be just as quiet as it's been this year. Who knows? Whoever knows?
You know about booking it. If we went there last week and we wanted to come back, and we need to come back on our first day of school, there's one day where only year 7s go to high school, and I'll be in year 8 then, and it won't be the end of the world if Ollie misses school.
There we are. I mean, Lucas has left junior school now when he starts high school in September, which is a pretty daunting thing as a parent. It's a little bit scary that he's that old. I don't know how it happened, and he was the cute little kid, or one of them, one of those little cute little kids who used to say, "We just watched Cinderella," and that stuff. But now look at him, he's old and mouthy. Hugh says, we read Laura and Suzanne's trip reports last week, by the way. Bit of housekeeping there, thank you, Hugh. We've got a couple of other ones for you today that we will read through in a little while. Should we do Tiki Cups?
Yeah!
Right, I haven't got the music, so we're going to have to sing it. All together, in your tiki 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 cup, in your tiki 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 cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, now drink it up from your tiki 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 cup. I'm drinking out of this thing today. Hugh got me this. It's Greedo and Han Solo.
Coconut's got a hole in it.
Oh yeah. Lucas is drinking out of a coconut, which we shelled ourselves to make a cup, and it's the first time we put any fluid in it, and it's got a drip. Brilliant. So that'll be going in the bin then. We've got 3 of them. So yeah, just keep your glass close to hand. What are you guys drinking? I bet some gin out there somewhere. Quick drink. Right, I'll tell you a little bit of what's going on in Disney, apart from the fact that it's not quite as busy as it used to be. I've heard that Deadpool's staying around a bit longer, so those of you who were hoping to see Deadpool and thought he was just going to be there for a couple of days and then leave, I believe he's there until, I think it said the early teens of September, but it could be August.
Oh yeah, there's like a Deadpool and Wolverine film, isn't there?
There is a Deadpool and Wolverine film, yes. Yeah, that's right. And at the moment, Deadpool's in Avengers Campus causing havoc and messing about with things and making the narrative a little bit different.
Being as silly as Spider-Man dabbing was.
No, probably more silly than Spider-Man dabbing, actually, I would think. Quite possibly. Yeah, so there's that going on, which is quite cool. And a lot of building, like they're starting to put down the flooring for Adventure Way, which is the road that takes you down to Adventure Bay, which isn't where Paw Patrol live, but it is.
What?
Yeah, so you know that the studios have been renamed to Adventure World? Do you not? So it is. The studios is being renamed to Adventure World. So next time we go, it'll probably already be done. And the river, if you like, is going to be called Adventure Bay, apparently, after the Paw Patrollers, which is not Disney. Interesting thing. Okay, so, and yeah, like I say, lots of building.
Can I go bin this coconut?
You can go and bin the coconut. If you keep interrupting me though, it's going to get a little bit annoying. I seem to have slight frustrations with Lucas quite a lot at the moment because he likes to interrupt when I'm talking. And he seems a little bit distracted at the moment, which is one of the reasons I don't like doing these shows when it's just the two of us. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go into some trip reports now, I think, if I can find them. Hold your horses, hold your horses. Do you know what? I might have a bit of a problem. I could just have a little bit of a problem because it's not updating them and they're on the phone that you guys are using at the moment. Let me see.
There's all hairs in my drink.
Right, I tell you what, guys. While I try and sort this, do you have any questions for Lucas? Because one of the things he said was he absolutely loves people asking him questions. So maybe we can ask some questions from.
Can I put this away? There's hairs in my drink.
You can do whatever you like, but come and sit down because now I'm getting into that fatherly, assertive tone where actually it'd be easier if you just went to bed. To be honest with you, mate.
Okay.
We're having a domestic. This is fun, isn't it?
How will I see the questions?
We'll read them, won't we?
No, like.
No, like what? We'll read them.
If you're using that.
Yeah. Well, you can have it, innit? Here you go. There you are. You can see the questions at the bottom if they come through, if anybody's got any. We're not going to be able to do the trip reports because they're not showing up. The inbox isn't refreshing. So, here we go. Lucas, here we go. What is your favourite Pixar movie and why? Yeah, you need to not have silence. You have to talk
right.
through
I
silence.
think Luke, because it's my name without the S.
Luca, what do you like about Luca?
It's just fun. I like it.
It's just fun.
I like.
That's it. What?
I like how they have to eat pasta, and they just want to get that bike thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Do you like the eat pasta and the?
Right. Wait.
So your favourite Luca film, the only thing you can say about it is that they eat pasta and they want to get a bike, and that's your favourite Pixar film.
No. Right.
Come on.
It
you can
is.
do this.
Right. What should I do?
Jen says it's a good answer, and it is a good answer. Well, the first part of it was good.
Right. Let me think. So. I don't know what to do in the silence of me thinking.
Okay. Would you want to move on to another question?
No, I can think about it. Let me think about it. Right.
What you have to do is when you are starting to talk about something that you like, what you would do is you just have to kind of build it up and go. So you like Luca, so
No, I've got it.
talk a bit about Luca, and that might remind you.
Mine is Elemental because I really like it and we all like it.
We did all like Elemental actually, yeah. I think it was one of the best ones for a long time. We still haven't seen Inside Out 2, have we?
I want to watch it!
We all want to watch it.
But I want to watch it more!
Okay, well, so I think Lucas is going to see Despicable Me 76 or whichever
Why?
this week. But why? Because I'd quite like to go and see Inside Out 2 as well, so we're going to go and see Inside Out 2 towards the end of August, I think. I'm looking forward to
I
it.
thought we said we were going to watch Inside Out 2 before Despicable Me.
Well, we were, but I'm not free to go this week, so we're doing it another time.
Okay.
That is the plan. Here's another question for you then. Let's move on from that one. Let's see if you can give a more coherent answer to this. Lucas, what ride at DLP Well, what is a ride at DLP that you haven't done before that you're excited to try next time you go?
Right.
Right.
I would like to try Peter Pan.
You've not been on Peter Pan? You want... So that's a ride you haven't been on before, and you want to go on?
I've been on it once, but I can't remember it.
Okay, well, I mean...
So, the second time I went to Disney, I was scared of the Peter Pan ride, so everyone went on it except me, and wasn't it my mum who waited outside with me, and then you ended up not being able to go on it?
Yes.
And you queued forever, and you couldn't even get on it.
No, it took an absolute age, that's right. We got inside... Was it for Pinocchio, sorry, you were saying? Did you mean?
What did I say?
I don't know.
Yeah, I meant Pinocchio.
It was Pinocchio, yeah. So I went with my mum.
What
and
did
dad.
I say?
I don't know what you said, that's why I was asking for confirmation. We went on to queue for Pinocchio for 40 minutes and then the ride broke down and they evacuated the building, so we missed out on it completely. Okay, so Peter Pan then. Is that because you're trying to avoid saying any of the roller coasters because they're the ones you haven't been on and you're scared of going on?
Wait, why did I say Peter Pan? Did I say Peter Pan?
Yeah.
I meant Pinocchio.
You meant Pinocchio, right, okay.
Yes, I meant Pinocchio. My brain was just...
Okay, so yes.
My brain malfunctioned.
Right, so Pinocchio, we went on the first time we went, and you were a bit scared of it, and well, I was little, so he wouldn't really know. But that and Snow White, we've not really been on at all since, and I really like them, so I'd like to go back on those again. So yeah, absolutely, Pinocchio, yes, you should go back on again. More questions for you. You ready for this? So Sugar Sweet Samantha says, if you could create a land for DLP, what theme would you choose?
I would bring the Galaxy Edge from America and make it Star Wars.
So you want a Star Wars land, but would you want it to be like Galaxy's Edge, or would you like it to be a different type of Star Wars?
I would like it to be like that, but with other rides.
Right.
Because we don't really go. We've never been to America, and we've never been out. I've never been out of Europe, and so I'm not really been able to go to Galaxy Edge, and I think it looks really cool.
That's good.
So I'd like it to be brought to DLP.
Okay, I mean it's not going to happen, but that would be good. What Hugh and I have said quite a few times, we quite like it to be Endor, so the like treehousey thing of where the Ewoks are in Return of the Jedi. We think that would be a cool one for a Star Wars land. Yeah.
Like they could just add that to the Adventureland because there's like a bunch of open spots. But
nice. We've got another person who's asking a question here called Laura Fletcher. She says, Ollie asks, yes, he's out of bed, what is your favourite Disney character?
I know that if I don't say Stitch, then he's going to beat me up.
He'll be waiting outside the door.
Right, I'm going to say, so, I like...
You can't think.
Right, will you see what... right, let me think.
What's your favourite Disney film? Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Because that might help you decide your favourite characters. If you're going to do a meet and greet, which meet and greet character would you like to see?
Well, wait. If it was a meet and greet, I want to see the Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington, that'd be a good one, yeah. But that's not your favourite Disney character, though?
No.
Okay.
Right. Is this counting Marvel then?
It's Disney, so I guess so.
Okay, so Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, right. God, that took some work. Next question from Laura, again, from Mummy. My question for Lucas is, are you coming on Hyperspace Mountain with me?
No! No.
Jen says, if you could Disney bound on your next trip, who would you bound as?
What does that mean?
So Disney bounding is where you dress up, not as a character, but you dress in clothes that kind of make you think of that character. So similar colours and things. So like Lucy and Hugh do.
I would get a red t-shirt and blue trousers and have a spider thing in the middle of my t-shirt.
So you go for Spider-Man?
Yeah.
You could do that actually quite easily with just some blue shorts, red shirt. That would work quite nice. Yeah?
And then
You could have a pin badge like a spider.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man pin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. What about hat? You have a hat?
I just
Like
have
a
a
red
mask if I want to get one.
Well, you don't need a mask when you're banded. You don't need to have a mask. That's good, I like that.
I won't have
That's
one.
a good idea. Ellen K says, hi from Lauren and Aoife. I don't write these down. Hugh writes the names down, so I can't remember how to pronounce it, so I apologise entirely for saying it wrong, but hi. Yeah, and Jen agrees Pinocchio is a bit scary. Pinocchio is a bit scary. I mean, the film's a bit scary. It's creepy. But
It's only about the donkeys.
Yeah, the donkeys are a bit scary. I think that the evil queen turning into the old lady is the scariest bit of those two rides. When she turns around and she's old and haggard.
That's the part.
That's
and
the bit that remembers being
And it's
scared.
the bit with the donkeys in the Pinocchio ride. It's like, why would they make people turn into donkeys? Isn't it like little boys as well?
Okay, so another question for you. LK says, best friend forever, friend and enemy for Lucas. So you have to pick one to be each. First one is Captain America, second one is Black Panther, third one is Groot. So which one's your best friend forever, which one's your friend, which one's your enemy?
Well, Groot friend.
Groot's your friend.
I haven't really watched any of the Black Panther films. I haven't really watched any of the Black Panther films, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't. So, wait, no. So Groot, best friend. Captain America, friend, and an enemy.
Black Panther's your enemy. I wouldn't make an enemy of Black Panther. Interesting.
Well, they're all hard because they're all good. Can you like change it to Ollie as it? Because then it would be an easy enemy.
That's rude, isn't it? That's not very nice. Next time I'm going to let Ollie come and sit here with me and he can do the show.
Why can't we all three of us do
Oh
it?
no, I can't do that.
Oh.
I'm struggling enough with you. Kelpie says you must go to Florida. Mummy says you are going on Space Mountain with her. And Sugar Sweet Samantha says Pinocchio is the one ride I refuse to do in DLP. I love the Snow White ride though. Why is that though, Sugar Sweet Samantha? What don't you like about Pinocchio? Just that it's a bit creepy. I mean, the whole story is a little bit creepy, isn't it? Strange stuff happens. There's something about marionettes coming to life anyway, I think.
It's about like puppets and him wanting to be like a actual boy or something.
I think I'm a bit desensitised to it all because I grew up watching Watership Down and I've never found it at all freaky. You've not seen it. You would, having watched bits of it recently, you would absolutely freak out. It would really upset you with that film. Watership Down.
Which one's that?
It's not a Disney film. It's a film about it's about rabbits basically.
What happens in it?
Well, some of the rabbits die. Some of them get badly bitten and attacked by dogs and all sorts of stuff happens. Caught in a snare.
Is that what that ride which has been changed into like whatever the Princess and the Frog is?
No, it's not a ride. No, that was Splash Mountain. That's not that. It's not a Disney film. Watched it down. It's just a cartoon that was made back in the 70s that everybody finds really really scary, but I just don't at all. And I'm the same with Pinocchio. I know Pinocchio as a film freaks a lot of people out, but it doesn't freak me out. I just enjoy it for what it is. You know. We're not going to be able to do the trip reports. But I cannot access them, so unfortunately, it's probably going to be a very short show this because we're kind of running out of things to talk about.
Where is it?
Yes?
Sugar Sweet Samantha says, I hate the donkeys crying for their mothers. Breaks my heart.
Yes, that is a very, very sad moment. I'm just dead inside because it doesn't bother me. I think...
And the puppets are creepy.
I also grew up reading, my auntie had a Pinocchio book, and whenever we went and stayed at her house we used to read it, and the pictures were pretty graphic. They weren't the same as the Disney ones, but obviously the story was the same. And I think I just got used to those visuals and it just didn't bother me anymore. I just found it quite a nice story. I didn't learn any of the lessons at all. I still smoke and play pool. I don't really. I do play pool and drink grog.
It says, David A. Wilson, I've just finished building the Lego Snow White cottage. Speaking about Lego...
Go on, tell the story.
Breaking news! The Daily Bugle has collapsed.
Yeah, so last time we were on the show and Lucas was on, he showed you the Daily Bugle that he built a week and a half ago. I was sat down here and I suddenly heard shrieks, like proper painful crying. I thought he'd broken his leg or something, and when I went upstairs, he'd actually broken his Lego. So we spent the next few hours trying to rebuild it, and you still haven't finished rebuilding it, have you? It just went tipped straight off the place with it.
The first 2 floors were fine, and we managed to rebuild the one with the green goblin that exploded out, but we couldn't get anything else.
I think Mysterio's drones got to it. I think that's what happened. I think Mysterio's drones got to it. You know, when he's got the drones and shoot everything. I think it was a bit like that. Anything else in the chat? No? I think I'm going to be really, whatever it is today, and just say, look.
Can I do something to distract me from Pinocchio?
I'm going to have to go and sing Lucas to sleep now as well, because he's all upset about Pinocchio. I think we're going to cut this really short today, I'm afraid, guys, because I can't access the trip reports. Let me try one more time and see if it's going to work, but I can't seem to get the trip reports to connect at all, which puts me in a bit of a pickle. So I think we're going to call time on this now, and I'll just say, I mean, it was only going to be a quick one anyway, really, and just say that we'll be back next week, but we're all back together next week, so it's all of us again. And then the week after that, I'm away, and the week after that, I think you and Lucy are potentially away. Oh no, we're both away the following week. Either way, all these holidays and stuff, you know, this living life and things.
Why didn't you just have a break through this?
Well, maybe we could have done, but you know, once we're all about again, we'll get going, and when we can do them, we want to do them. It's a funny one this week because there isn't a lot going on. There's not a lot of news to share. I can't get the trip reports, which is an absolute pain because I just made sure I had them all beforehand, and I didn't think about the fact that this wouldn't connect, but it isn't. We'll all be back together next week. So we're going to be back together next week. There's all kinds of stuff we need to sort. We met up this week. This was the other thing I wanted to talk about. We met up this week. We never get a chance to do this. We never get a chance to sit together and talk about the show and where we're going and what's going to happen next and how it's all going to work. A half-dressed Ollie's just walked into the room.
Shirtless, sockless.
So yeah, we never get a chance to do that, but this week we managed to sit together and talk about what we want to do for our charity show in September. And we've got lots of great ideas, but we've also got some interesting chili type based stuff. And Lucy has said that if we raise enough money, she'll start having chilies, which could be quite funny. Obviously we did that last time a couple of years ago when we did the charity show. But Lucy's actually game for this, which is quite cool. So we've got lots of really interesting things going to be happening, and next week we'll talk about this in a bit more detail, I think. And we'll also be able to talk a bit more about what's happening with the blanket as well. We'll show all these squares that we've received because we've got lots of them, but I haven't shown them to you and Lucy yet. I kind of want them to get a feel for them all at the same time, so I think we'll do all that when we're all together. And yeah, for now, I think... Go on, yes, go.
Jen Opie says, lovely to see you and Lucas tonight. Thanks for putting on the show. And then Sugar Sweet Samantha says, what do you think about DLP giving day passes for Empire State Club Lounge and Golden Forest Club Lounge?
I haven't heard this. This is something that's happening. I didn't know about this.
What's that?
So, let me just read that again. It sounds like DLP are going to give day passes to Empire State Club Lounge and Golden Forest Club Lounge. So that means that do you have to be staying at that hotel to get access to it? Because actually, I think that's a great idea, because one of the big perks of the Golden Forest and the Compass Club as well that we stayed at is that you get these additional things. So I'd be quite up for it. The kids are just communicating across each other whilst I'm trying to talk now, which is really distracting.
I just pulled my tooth out. Mine too.
Both of the boys lost teeth yesterday, so they've both been to their grandparents overnight, and when they came back, they both had a tooth missing, and they obviously think that's quite funny. So yeah, I think it's quite an interesting idea, that, because the lounge was a massive perk of being there, and something that I really quite enjoyed using. We used it quite a lot, didn't we? We went and got snacks in the afternoon when we stayed at Compass Club. at Newport Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can go and get drinks as well on a night, obviously. But what we're saying, John says that it's €25 and you can go between 3:30 and 5 o'clock, and it's €32 for Empire. That I can't decide. That's expensive, isn't it? If you're a group of 4 people, that's a lot of money to be able to do that. If it's one person for one day, then yeah, maybe you will. I guess you could pay for one person, go and get a load of stuff and walk out with it. But I don't know. I'm not sure whether that's value for money. I suppose.
I don't understand anything that you're saying.
Right, so it's the lounge that you go into where they have like snacks and things on the afternoon. So you can go in and get little bits of cakes and sandwiches and things. I guess it's an afternoon tea, isn't it? So maybe it isn't that bad. You can go and have afternoon tea for €25 or €32. Maybe that's not bad at all, actually. It's all you can eat as well. It's not just a little plate of it. I don't know. I'm torn. I mean, I like it. I like the lounges anyway. Oh, I don't know. We need to put a pin in this, and we'll talk about it properly with Lucy and Hugh next week, because I do find that quite an interesting prospect. What do you guys think about it? Are you yes or no?
I think it's great. Sugar Sweet Samantha.
Yeah. I think I'm warming to it. Yeah. Although, if for instance you are only there for the day, you probably wouldn't do it. But if you were there for a week and you were staying in Sequoia, you might want to pay for it for one of the days.
Mycroft.
Yeah.
Says expensive for a family.
Yeah, I think it's expensive for a family of 4 as well. I think that's quite a lot of money, and you'd have to make sure you were going to have a lot of food, I think, and a lot of drinks if you were going to do that. But if it's the same as Compass Club, the lounge there, then there's all the food and stuff, and there's the usual coffee machines, which it's all right coffee, it's not bad. But there's also a fridge full of drinks, so you can always get a couple of cans. And I don't know, is it frowned upon? It's like breakfast. It's kind of frowned upon to go for breakfast and fill your boots and take stuff out in your bags, isn't it? And I guess it's kind of frowned upon to do that as well. And maybe if you're part of that exclusive club and you're staying in the Empire State Club, just wait a second, perhaps you'd begrudge it a little bit if the other people are just paying to come in. It's kind of like paying like a day rate for a spa, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Go on, what are you saying?
Scottish Claire says they'll have to limit numbers. I think GF Golden Forest Lounge isn't that big. And then Mel Mycroft says you can't get cans now from Golden Forest. They poured the drinks. Also, I've read.
Right, that's interesting as well to me, because that was a big deal to me. You could pop in at the end of the day when you're heading back up to your room, grab a can out of the fridge, and you've got a nice ice cold drink to drink before you went to bed. That's one of the big selling points of it for me. So if you can't do that anymore, then what's the point?
Sugar Sweet Samantha said maybe people aren't using it, so maybe a lot of food is going to waste.
Quite probably true. I think as well, a lot of people don't realise what they've paid for with the club level benefits and things, and maybe don't know it's there. And certainly when we didn't go back every single day to do it. We went in twice, I think, over the 4 days that we were there. So if everybody's only going in every now and again, bearing in mind that the afternoon is kind of the height of being in the parks probably, maybe you wouldn't take advantage of it. I get it. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Now Mycroft said about the food going to waste, I think. Do you think it's because of the lower numbers due to the Olympics?
Well, I think a lot of things are to do with lower numbers as well, yeah. I mean, they're rumouring that the reason it's going to a 10 o'clock closing is because of low attendance as well, so it seems like they're trying to adapt for the current situation, I guess. So yeah, possibly. It seems as well they're trying to monetize absolutely everything. You know, if we can get money out of you, then we're going to do it. And that's what it feels like to me at the moment. You know, with the viewing stations for the fireworks, with this, everything, every single thing that's a perk to somebody is now a payable benefit to somebody as well. And I think that's a real shame, personally. It takes away the magic, doesn't it? It takes away the kind of, I mean, it's not pixie dust because you pay for it. You pay for the Golden Forest. You pay for that upgrade, but it does feel a little bit like you're paying for an upgrade that other people can just buy into if they want to, which just seems a little bit off to me. Anyway, there we are. What do you don't know, do you? Because you don't really. No. Anything else on there now?
No.
It's calmed down a bit.
Wait, no.
Wait!
Sugar Sweets Black Tea. I think the attendance will pick up soon because of the 20% deal.
Yeah, I think that's true. I've noticed a few people on our Facebook group and on other groups as well saying that they want to take advantage of that. So yeah, very, very true. I think we'll see some uptake of that. It seems like an ideal time that if you're free and you can get over there to do a quick smash and grab and have a couple of days, because you're getting that money off. It's not as busy as it has been. Obviously, the more people that do it, the busier it's going to get. But they're still going to struggle to get to that capacity when they're under like they are at the moment anyway. But also, we're going to get to the end of the Olympics. There'll be a little bit of a lull, and then the Paralympics start.
2 weeks, I think, until the Olympics finishes.
Yeah, and then the Paralympics start not long afterwards. So, yeah, but I'm sure once we get into September, October, it'll go back to the normal rates and things for that time of year. Go on.
Scottish Claire says, more than once I've not got... More than once I've not made the most of my dinner reservation because I've eaten 6 Golden Forest cakes mid-afternoon.
Yeah, that's true as well. I mean, we found as well that, and I know Hugh and Lucy always say, you know, one of the things about going full board is it's just too much food, and there's a lot of truth in that. When we went to Newport Bay, we went half board, but we were also Compass Club, so we did take advantage of that, but we also were booking buffets, and the buffet meals, you fill your boots, don't you? You put as much food on as you can and you're absolutely stuffed. And then because of the way the days run, and because you've got kids, so we were always booking into the restaurants early. By the time you got to the night, you were still full from the lunchtime meal. There's just so much food about. What are you doing? Oh look, Lucas has found the emoticon things now. It's normally Bonnie doing that. Do you want to stop now? Do you want to stop doing that? Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So I think we'll call an end to these shenanigans today, because it's been a bit of a funny one. For anybody who's waiting on last week's show as a podcast and has for some reason come onto here to find out where it is, just to let you know, it's entirely my fault. I completely forgot to do it. I started getting it sorted and then got completely distracted with work and stuff. But I'll get it sorted, and we'll get that episode out tomorrow, and we'll get this episode in all its glory out tomorrow as well. So for those of you listening, I really apologise for the time that you just spent listening to this, and those of you watching, I also apologise for the time that you spent watching it as well, because you're not going to get this 40 minutes back. Next week, as I said, we'll be back full team. The plan is as well that for our Patreon show, for those of you who join us over on Patreon, we'll have a Quizney show next week, I believe. So we're going to have another Quizney Street show, which we haven't done for a while.
What are those?
We do a quiz for all our Patreon subscribers. It's a 10-question quiz.
Okay.
It's 10 episodes in total, and we run them every now and again.
Okay.
And Hugh and I go against each other, but then everybody in the chat plays along as well. And at the moment, I'm losing miserably because I appear to have forgotten everything that I knew about Disney. It's all just gone right out of my head.
Right.
So Hugh's walking away with it. Right, what?
3 more. Whatever you
Go on,
want.
3 more messages. Go on then.
Right. Sugar Sweet Samantha, thank you for the chat. I hope you all have a great week.
Thank you.
Paul Miller says, Mel, you're right. Golden Forest pour drinks now, which was a shame. We would have appreciated some bottles/cans keeping in the fridge in last week's feed.
Absolutely right.
John Parker says, don't apologise, it was good fun.
Especially when I was telling off my son. Yes, right. We're going to put the chat down now. That doesn't mean I don't love you guys, but there we are. I'm going to put the chat down. We're going to do a proper goodbye now, and then I'm going to turn everything off. And
Bye,
I
everybody!
think about turning it into a podcast and stuff. So yes, podcast back next week, Patreon show next week, Quizney Street, and then all of us here next week and we'll be able to
Even
talk.
us?
No, not you, thankfully. And we'll be able to talk about the squares. We'll be able to talk about the charity show. We'll be able to talk about what news has been happening in DLP and just doing a proper catch up on that. And it won't have to be just me talking all the time, which will also be a bit of a bonus as well. So have a good week, everybody. I've been Lucy, these have been the boys, and goodbye. I have to get up now and move it, so press buttons as well, so to actually stop it.
Enjoy me dancing.
Wow.